नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedars, Kotaris, sitting with us, visitors, viewers, sitting with us through Sadhana TV, Nityananda TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Cities sitting with us, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. Melbourne, Tiruvarur, New York, Varanasi, Houston, Kalahasti, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Seattle, Chidambaram, Surrey, Canada, Kuala Lumpur, Perni, Los Angeles, Hollywood, Varanasi, Charlotte, Srisailam, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, New York, Varanasi, High Point, North Carolina, Morris Plains, New Jersey, Jorpati, Nepal, Dubai, Vaidyanatham, and Phoenix, Kanchipuram, Singapore, Singapuram, Nityananda University, Los Angeles, Toronto, Kailasam, St. Louis, Tirumala, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Nityanandeshwara Temple, Pondicherry, Washington DC, Sripuram, San Jose, Madurai, Ohio, Prayag, Ohio, Ma Shivananda, St. Louis, Tirumala, and if I have not called your name, please wave hands. Mumbai, Mulund, Amersfoort, Netherlands, and some more cities. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Come on. Today's Kalbhairava's revelation. Still the energizing process is going on. Today I also realized when the Shivalinga is energized, it can be energized only by pure consciousness. But the lingas I am energizing are not just Shivalingas. There is a Sri Chakra drawn on it. So each lotus petal, each triangle is a Tidinitya Devi, represents one ideal, one energy. So each of those energies, when they are getting energized, they are revealing what is the truth they represent into my system. Those truths only I am coming and talking every day in the satsang for last few days. The today's revelation. And actually, it's a revelation into the science of Sri Vidya. See, already the science of Sri Vidya says each of those lotus petal, actually 16 lotus petal, then 8, then 43 triangles, and then Bindu, that is the Sri Chakra. And then below these 16 lotus petals, the 3 lines, and then 3 square lines. Now each of those energies revealing the ideal they represent, the Satya they represent. Maybe once the energizing process is over, if we connect all the everyday satsang and the whole Sri Chakra, we will know very clearly which Tidinitya Devi represents which great spiritual truth, Advaita Satya. Let me expand, please listen. It is one of the greatest truth and most exciting truth. It was such powerful revelation. I was so excited. Listen, all of us are always in the space of Advaita, whether you are completely unaware, unconscious, or you are in the peak of realization. Please listen. The practical implications of this Satya need to be understood. See, if your inner space is in the mode of self-denial, you will have exactly the friends, family, people with self-denial only falling in your eyes, falling in your senses, falling in your perception. If you are in the mood of completion, you will have only people who want to do completion falling in your perception. Listen. So, whether you are in the state of a devil, demon, bhuta, preta, rakshasa, gandharva, muni, kinnara, kimburuda, gandharva, yaksha, rakshasa, rishi, whatever space you are in Advaita. So that can never be lost. If you are in the space of completely denying you, you will exactly perceive only those people who are also in self-denial and denying you. You will be denying them, they will be denying you, both of will be having a great Indian mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship. Then, if you decide to complete, you will perceive suddenly everybody around you are struggling towards completion. Understand? When you allow the higher intelligence of you to pull you up, raise you constantly, suddenly you will perceive Guru happening in your life. Because your own part of you, which is constantly pulling you up, only allows the Guru to happen in your life and continue to exist in your life. Only then you perceive Guru in your life. If you are in the level of, oh, he has stolen my 200 rupee, he may steal my 300 rupee, he may steal my plastic bucket, you will only have that kind of people around you. In your perception, in your lifestyle, you will have only the people who will steal your mug, jug, the cloth which you kept without using, or the shampoo packet cover you hid under your pillow. You will exactly have only this kind of people in your perception. And when you start perceiving, oh, I will defame this fellow, I will destroy his identity, you will see exactly that kind of people happening around you, who will be defaming you and trying to destroy your identity. Understand? Listen. Now I have to answer one of your important doubt. I'll answer. Yesterday one of the devotee who came to see me, the devotee was asking, Swamiji, I am asking you really, why did you come down to live with we people, human beings? Why should you come down? Why did you come down? And why should you live with us? I told her, relax, I am not living with you guys. I still have in my perception Nandi, Bringi, Patanjali. Agastya, Rishis, Devaganas, Siddhaganas, only they are in my perception. Only they are around me. I am around them only. I allow the people with lower perception also to play with me and evolve. Arunachala allows people to come up. Kailasa allows people to come up, but that itself does not come down to you. Kailasa doesn't come down to your level, but it gives way for you to come up to Kailasa. I allow people to perceive me from their perceptions also. In Shaivism, there is a beautiful story. Among the 63 Saiva saints, one saint is Sakya Nayanar, means he was born and brought up in a great Shaivite family. Unfortunately, they forcibly converted into Buddhism. See, Buddhism itself does not believe in conversion. All of us, the Eastern religions, we don't believe in conversion. Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, Shaivism, Shakta, Vaishnava. We don't believe in conversion. Dharma-based religions, we don't believe in conversion. But there was a time Buddhism was caught in the hands of few fanatics who were not really following Buddhism, using Buddhism for their own personal gains and political power. Religion was used for political power. At that time there was a conversion wave, and the Sakya Nayanar was forcibly converted. But even after that he could not stop worshipping Mahadeva. Every day he will go to a Shivalinga which was installed in a forest. From distant he will pick up a stone, look here and there, and visualize that stone as a flower and pray to Mahadeva and throw that stone on Mahadeva and come away. Even if somebody sees, they will only see him throwing stone at Shivalinga, so he will not have any problem. Because he has thrown stones at Shivalinga, Shiva has not lost his Advaitic space. Understand? He has not lost his Advaitic space. He has not come down to a space where he is throwing stones at people or people throwing stones at him. No. Even through that, he lets people evolve. Who knows how many Sakya Nayanars we have? Anyhow, listen to this truth. Whatever is your mission, whatever is your life's goal, today's goal, this month's goal, this year's goal, whole life goal, pen down. You will see exactly only people who have the same kind of ideal will be in your perception. Today's goal is just to get out of this problem. 1 month's goal is how to get out of this reporting system. 1 year's goal is how I can cheat that method, this method, and become Mahant, whatever goal you have. Or your goal may be the other way. Today's goal, how I can really become authentic. 1 month's goal, how I can become authentic and integrated. 1 year's goal, how I can become authentic, integrated and responsible. Life's goal, how I can be enriching. You will see exactly those kind of people will be in your perception. You don't need to show to anybody what you are penning down. But pen down your today's goal, 1 month's goal, 1 year's goal, life's goal, purposes, and look around. Whoever is in your perception, means whoever is impacting your inner space, all of them will be struggling with the same thing, same frequency. Whether you see Amavasya or Purnima, moon is full. Your perception only changes. Whether you are in the space of my shampoo bottle has been stolen, my chappal has been stolen, or in the space of Advaita Satya. Advaita is the truth. The moment your perception changes, that kind of people, situation, atmosphere you attract, that kind of incidents, life happening around you. That kind of experiences happening in and around you. Listen. Listen deeply. The practical implications of this truth will immediately make you decide to liberate yourself. Listen. Advaita is Anadi Satya. Truth without beginning or end means forever, Nitya Satya. Your perception about you, if it is all filled with self-doubt, you will attract the people who are constantly doubting you. If it is all about self-hatred, you will perceive the people who are constantly hating you. If it is all about self-denial, you will constantly attract the people who deny you and who are also in self-denial. Understand? If you are constantly in the space of Shivoham, Shivoham, you will exactly attract the people who are in the space of Shivoham, Shivoham, and they will be in your perception. If you think De Aham means I am the body, Deham, you will attract the people who perceive they are the body, Deham around you. If you are in the perception of Koham, who am I? Seeking, you will exactly perceive and attract the people around you who are also seeking. Koham, who am I? If you perceive Soham, I am that, you will exactly attract the people who perceive Soham, I am that. Your inner image, your perception about you, your experience about you, completing with that should be the first priority for your life. Completing with that should be your first priority for your life. If you are in the, if you believe, if you perceive you, Deham, you will attract people who also perceive themselves as Deham. If you perceive you as Koham, who am I? Seeking. You will perceive, suddenly you will see around you, everyone is seeking. People who are feeling Deham will be out of your perception. They will no more be your friends. Even if you go to the party, they will not talk to you anymore. Because you know you are going to now call them for IA. Even if you call them, they won't pick up your call. And if you perceive you as Soham, I am that, you will suddenly see exactly people around you who also feel Soham, I am that. And whatever way you perceive you in your inner image, you will exactly attract those same people around you. Whatever way you perceive you, you will perceive me exactly like that. If you perceive you as bound person into the body mind, you will perceive me also like that. Master is a powerful, vast space who can reflect anything anybody perceives. And who is also powerful enough to give his perception about him to you. Understand? Your perception about me is nothing but your perception about you. My perception about me is the real perception you need to have about you. Understand? Your perception about me is nothing but your own perception about you, reflection of your own perception about you. My perception about me is the perception you need to have about you. That is why Krishna says, know the secret of me and liberate yourself. You may think, how can I liberate myself knowing the secret of Krishna? When you know his perception about him, you will understand that is what should be your perception about you. Be very clear. Without even any spiritual practice, Advaita is the truth you are going to be living. That no doubt, you can't change. What kind of a perception you want to have in your life, create that kind of perception about you in you. That's all. That's all. Any pain you have about you, complete with it. Whenever you feel you were foolish in the past, you were wrong in the past, you did not have enough intelligence in the past, complete with all that, because all that is the source of self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Complete with that. Completion with yourself is the most important spiritual practice Because Advaita is Satya. You can't realize it. You can only tune yourself into it. See, all channel waves are available. You don't need to create it. You just need to tune your TV to it. Which channel you tune? If you tune yourself to comedy channel, you will see comedy scenes. If you tune yourself to terror channels, you will see terror scenes. If you tune yourself to the Advaitic channel, you will see Advaita Satya. That's all. You tuning you to you is all required. You tuning you to you is all required. I tell you, the worst Maya, which is not there but constantly tortures you, is self-doubt. Actually, it can never destroy your life, but it constantly destroys you by making you believe its existence is too powerful. It is like a mirage. Means when you are driving in the hot day, in the road, suddenly you will see a lake. Seeing the lake, oh God, such a big lake, how can I drive? Let me stop. That is what exactly is self-doubt. Which is not there, but which stops your journey in the life. Road is the life. Your car is your journey. The mirage is self-doubt. It is not there, but it stops your journey. Self-doubt. All the effect it says it will do to you, it is not there, but it stops your life. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tattvata tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Krishna says, he who knows in true light my divine birth and action after having abandoned the body is not born again, he comes to me. Means, if you know how Krishna happened and how he is operating, you will just merge in him. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato jnatva vishate tatanantaram. Devoted to me in the truth. What and who am I? Knowing the truth of me, he enters into the Supreme. Krishna is such an orator who can verbalize the whole truth in such an amazing way. Not just Bhagavan, God, Purnavatara, who had Saraswati in his tongue and Lakshmi in his Hridaya and Devi in his being, Durga in his being, courage. Purnavatara. Now, every time you read even one sloka of Gita, you see it clearly again and again. The most precise, the most sophisticated expression of the truth as it is. especially the royal Sanskrit. See, the Sanskrit also has a version which used by common men, the version which was used by Pandits, the version which was used by Rishis, the version which was used by kings. Krishna uses the Sanskrit which was used by kings and rishis, the royal Sanskrit, like the English of J. Krishnamurti. So the English I am using is more or less like a English used by common men, or a little bit used by the masters like Osho, Vivekananda. But J. Krishnamurti's English is the royal English, English used by the elite. The Tamil I use is the Tamil used by elite. Actually, Tamil I can play both game. I can be as slang as a village or rural slum or city slum, or the Rishis Tamil, or the Tamil of the Siddhas, or Tamil of the kings. But the English I use is more as a common man's and maybe a little bit masters like Osho, Vivekananda. J. Krishnamurti is the elite English. Here, the Sanskrit Bhagavan uses, Sri Krishna is using, is the Sanskrit of kings, elite. Now, every time I read even one verse of the Gita, I just remember the way, the personality Krishna would have been carrying and the way he lived, who is the perfect blend of an amazing rishi and amazing king. If I have to compare, I can only compare with the Tamil used by Meenakshi. There are many verses attributed to Meenakshi, the songs and verses. I can be sure that it is from her only, just by the language, because she carries the language of the Siddha and Queen, the language of elite. Listen. Changing your perception about you. Changing your perception about you is the most important, most powerful, listen, most important, most powerful, most authentic, Advaitic sadhana you can do. Because Advaita is existence. Even if you are suffering in the worst physical problems, mental problems, you are in Advaita. Because that is what is your perception about you, your inner image about you. That kind of people only you will attract. That kind of situations only you will attract. That kind of experience only you will attract. Change that. Whether you are in the space of a complete, perfect health, perfect happiness, perfect relationships, perfect wealth, and ultimate enlightenment and the contentment, you are in Advaita. Or you are in the space of worst suffering, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, nothing worse can happen to you anymore. Even then, you are in Advaita. Because what you decide to perceive as you perceive that as everything. If you perceive yourself as Sogam, you will see everything as Sogam around you. If you perceive yourself as Soham, you will perceive everything around you as Soham. If you perceive yourself as Shivoham, you will perceive everything around you as Shivoham. That's all. If you put Vibhuti on your forehead, you will see simply everyone around you. You will have people with Vibhuti as everyone around you, and they will be in your perception. If you put Namam in your face, you will see that kind of people in your perception around you in your life. If you put Kumkum, you will see that kind of people around you. If you keep it empty, like atheists, because inside is also empty, they keep outside also empty as a symbol. See, when we have Mahadeva inside, we put sacred ash outside and tell the people Mahadeva is inside. When Devi is inside, we put Kumkum and tell the people Devi is inside. When Vishnu is inside, we put Namam and tell people Vishnu is inside. When everything is empty inside, they tell people by not putting anything empty. And if you keep it empty, you will exactly get the people who will also have emptiness around you. It's up to you. So listen. The perception about you should be built newly with that great truth of Shivoham. Decide. If you want to cook, you have to burn the firewood. If you want to create that Shivoham space for you, you have to burn all the incompletions. Decide. Good news is, it is possible. Best news is, it is very easy. Good news is, it is possible. Best news is, it is very easy. Go on completing. Decide very clearly, till I am perceiving myself as Shivoham, I am going to be doing completion. That cannot be stopped. Tell yourself, do you want to become Shivoham today or after 25 years? I am okay with anything. But till then I am going to be doing completion, I am not going to drop it. Better, why don't we become today instead of wasting 25 years? Then simply, naturally, your being will tell, yes, why waste unnecessarily 25 years? To celebrate the truth which already I am. And simply you will see, all your inauthenticities will be burnt. Simply your biomemory will be purified and cooked. The cooked biomemory is only called as Siddha. Siddha means in Sanskrit boiled. In Bengali they say Siddha Alu, means boiled potato. A cooked biomemory is Siddha. If you cook your biomemory with Shivoham, you are a Siddha. That's all. Cook your biomemory with Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Simply you will see, you become Siddha. You become Siddha. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Shivoham, Shivoham. Let you all experience Shivoham. Even if you repeat constantly Shivoham, like a japa, that is also okay, because even in that way you will be constantly reminded about you. You can have this as an initiation, or if you want to use the word Nityanandoham, that is also okay, because Nityananda is Mahadeva's name, nothing else. It's Mahadeva's name. So don't waste your time in small subtle differences. Whether Nityanandoham is great or Shivoham is great. It is the concept you remember when you utter those words which is great. That's all is the it matters. Whether you find yourself having a greater idea when you utter Shivoham or Nityanandoham, or if you want, you can have both Nityananda Shivoham, whatever. Which word reminds you the highest perception about you, use that, that's all. It is the perception about you which need to be raised is the goal. So, choose anyone, Nityanandoham or Shivoham or Nityananda Shivoham, it's up to you. You can choose anyone in these three, or even just simple Soham, anyone is okay. But constantly remember, the highest perception about you is the truth. Everything else need to be completed and dropped. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nityananda. Thank you.
Nityananda Dhyanapitham, Nityananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nityananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.